Students, today we are going to start with the 12th chapter. The name of the chapter is The Siege of Purandar and the Treaty with the Mughal Emperor. In this chapter, we are going to learn the points: Raid on Surat, Siege of Purandar by the Mughal army, Murarbaji's incomparable valor, and Treaty of Purandar. So the first point we are going to learn is raid on Surat. Now in the previous chapter we learned that Shivaji Maharaj did not give up, and although Shaista Khan had put too much of pressure on him, then too he overcame it and captured the forts. Now let us see this point, raid on Surat. After this trim, Shivaji did not sit idle. Aurangzeb's troops were laying waste the whole of Maharashtra. To bring the emperor to his senses, Shivaji carried out his daring raid on Surat. Surat was so far away from Pune that no one but Shivaji could have thought of his daring raid. Surat was then a great center of trade in the Mughal Empire and a very rich city. Shivaji carried out the raid successfully and brought home a booty worth lakh of rupees. Shivaji did not forsake ethics in the raid on Surat. He spared the churches and mosques. He did not disrespect to women. So in this slide, what did we see is Shivaji did not sit idle. His aim was to go on capturing. So he went on to Surat, and there Surat was a very rich city, and it was a great center of trade. From there, he had successfully brought home a booty worth lakh of rupees. So he had got over there lakhs of rupees. But although he won over there, he captured Surat, but he seen over there that any churches or mosques should not be hurted, should not be broken, should not be destroyed, any churches and mosques. And one more thing, he did not disrespect women. The raid on Surat drove Aurangzeb into a furious rage. Aurangzeb was very angry. He now decided to put an end to the Maratha kingdom. He ordered his great general Mirza Raje Jai Singh to humble Shivaji. To assist Mirza Raje in the campaign, he sent with him his trusted Sardar Dilher Khan. The two landed in the Deccan with a huge army and unlimited funds. Swaraj was in real danger. Now, as we seen, Aurangzeb was very angry. Now, what Aurangzeb decided, that he wanted to put an end to this Maratha kingdom. So he decided to send the great soldiers. One of them was Mirza Raje, and he sent also Diler Khan. Now what they wanted to do with them, he sent lots of soldiers and lots of money. Now Swaraj was in real danger. Immediately after his return from the expedition of Surat in 1664 AD, Shivaji Maharaj heard a news, that is, Shahaji Raje had suffered an accidental death while on a hunt. Shivaji and Jijabai were greatly grieved. So here we seen that Shivaji Maharaj had lost his father. Okay, Holding his mother close to his bosom, Shivaji Maharaj consoled her. So Shivaji Maharaj was consoling his mother. Next point is Siege of Purandar by the Mughal army. Purandar was one of Shivaji's big and strong forts. Dilher Khan knew that Shivaji could not be defeated as long as he was the master of Purandar. He therefore laid siege to this powerful fort. So, Dilher Khan wanted this fort, Purandar, but this was one of the strong forts of Shivaji. He had a huge army under his command. We seen that Dilher Khan had lots of people with him. Morarbaji was in charge of the fort. So there was a person to take care of this fort. His name was Morarbaji. He was a determined fighter who would not easily yield to threats. He was also supported by brave troops. With their help, Morarbaji decided to defend the fort. So, as we seen, Dilher Khan wanted to enter in the fort, but Morarbaji was also a very great fighter. He did not allow anyone to enter the fort. Dilher Khan's guns went into action. Fiery cannonballs began to drop on the fort. Morarbaji and his brave men held on. The first bastion on the Machi collapsed under gunfire. So Dilher Khan and his men started firing. Dilher Khan's troop captured the lower fort. Now this was a very strong and big fort. So Dilher Khan had captured the lower part of the fort. Not the whole fort, only the lower part. The Marathas withdrew to the upper fort and continued to fight. So these Maratha people went to the upper side of the fort. Dilher Khan was watching the battle from his camp. So Dilher Khan was watching. Furious with rage, Morarbaji decided to attack the Mughal troops with a select contingent of 500 men. He opened the gates of the upper fort, shouting their war cry, Har Har Mahadev. The Maulas fell on the Mughal troops. After a fierce battle, which lasted for a short time, the Marathas routed the huge Mughal army, which fled towards Dilher Khan's camp. So here now, Morarbaji, who was taking care of the fort, who was Shivaji's man, he was very angry. So he wanted to attack the Mughal troops. He opened the gates of the upper fort. He was shouting, Har Har Mahadev. What did he do? The Maulas fell on the Mughal troops. That means Marathas went on to fight with the Mughals. After a fierce battle which lasted for a short time, the Marathas routed the Mughal army. Okay, then what did the Mughal army? Ran away towards Dilher Khan's camp, where Dilher Khan was staying. They went away there. But what did Morarbaji do? Morarbaji followed them in hot pursuit. He was very angry. He followed them. With his troops, he entered the camp of Dilher Khan and wrought havoc over there. He made lots of noise over there. The enemy troops were in flight and the Marathas in pursuit. Cries and shouts filled the whole camp. Where Dilher Khan was staying, they were shouting over there. In great hurry, Dilher Khan mounted his elephant and looked ahead. There was Morarbaji hacking the soldiers to pieces. That means Morarbaji was very angry and he was killing the soldiers of Dilher Khan, of the Mughals. His sword moved like lightning, cut throats, broke heads and pierced the hearts of the enemy. We seen he was very angry, Murarbaji. So he was going on killing the soldiers or the people of the Mughals. No one could stop him or hold him in that check. He was so angry that no one could stop him. Dilher Khan watched in admiration his great deeds of bravery. Dilher Khan was just watching how he was fighting. Okay. Next point is Murarbaji's incomparable valor. How he used to just stand and fight with the enemies. Seeing Dilher Khan, Murarbaji asked his troops to attack in full force and himself advanced towards Dilher Khan. So Murarbaji, what he said, attack the Dilher Khan's people. Whoever tried to obstruct him was cut into pieces. The Mughal troops at last surrounded Murarbaji on all sides. Just then Dilher Khan shouted, "Wait, hold back your swords." The Mughal troops halted and moved back a little. Then Dilher Khan addressed Murarbaji, "Until now I have not seen a swordsman like you. You come over to our side. I promise you complete safety. The emperor will make you a sardar and reward you a jagir." So what Dilher Khan was telling? Now the soldiers of Dilher Khan had surrounded Murarbaji. Okay, the Mughal troops had surrounded Murarbaji. But then afterwards Dilher Khan told them, "Stop, wait, hold back your swords." He told them to stop. Why he told them to stop? He seen that Murarbaji was fighting with great valor. So Dilher Khan wanted him in his group, wanted him to fight against Shivaji. But Dilher Khan, and he also offered him as a reward, as a piece of land, okay, a jagir. Now let's see further. His eyes red with anger, Murarbaji said in return, "We are the loyal servants of Shivaji Maharaj, who wants to buy safety from you. Why should we come over to your side?" So this Murarbaji was saying to Dilher Khan, "And who wants your emperor's jagir?" He then moved forward in the direction of Dilher Khan and again started attacking his soldiers. Dilher Khan, who was seated in the howdah on the elephant's back, released an arrow which pierced Murarbaji's neck. Murarbaji fell to the ground. His followers lifted his dead body and took it back to the upper fort. What if one Murarbaji is fallen? We too are brave like him. We will fight with courage. Saying so, they began to fight again without losing heart. So now Dilher Khan, what did he do? Murarbaji did not want to go to his side because Murarbaji was saying, "I don't want, we are the loyal servants of Shivaji. Who wants your jagir? Who wants your thing? I will fight for Shivaji Maharaj." Then what did Dilher Khan do? He was seated on that elephant's back. So what did he do? He released an arrow which pierced Murarbaji's neck. And he fell into the ground and he was dead over there. So Murarbaji's men, followers, picked up his dead body and they were saying, "What if one Murarbaji is fallen? We too are brave like him. We too will fight like him." Shivaji heard the news with great sorrow. So Shivaji Maharaj was very sad. He knew that he could hold each one of his forts against the Mughal army for at least more than a year. But he was unwilling to do so at the cost of his men who would die in the attempt. Then Shivaji Maharaj said, "If I lose my fort, it would be okay, but I do not want to lose my men. I do not want to lose my followers. I can get my fort back, but I don't want to lose my people, Shivaji Maharaj said. Next, let us see the Treaty of Purandar. What could be done? He was not strong enough to fight the powerful Mughals. All his political skill was also of no avail. So now Shivaji Maharaj was little bit sad and he was a bit low. Why? Because now he decided that one of his great soldier died. So now he decided to sign a treaty. Let's see. There was only one thing he could do. He decided on a temporary withdrawal from the fight. So he decided that he won't fight now. He would enter into a treaty with the Mughal emperor. So he decided to sign a treaty with the Mughals. He went and saw Jai Singh. This was a very sensible and statesman-like thing to do. Now, why did he want to sign the treaty with the Mughals? Because he did not want to lose his men. Okay? He said to Jai Singh, Mirza Raje, you are a Rajput. You can understand our suffering. The emperor's campaigns have laid the country waste and people are in great misery. I have undertaken this task of establishing Swaraj so that people may be happy. You should join me in this uphill task. If you agree to lead us, myself and my Maulas will be your trusted followers. Jai Singh was a shrewd diplomat. So what he decided, he persuaded to sign a treaty of peace with the emperor. Shivaji signed the treaty, and according to its terms, now according to its rules, Shivaji had to sign a treaty. So there was a rule, 23 forts and a territory with a revenue of 4 lakh horns were to be handed over to the emperor. That means this 23 forts and 4 lakh horns gold coin was to be handed over to Jai Singh, because he decided to sign a treaty with them. That is why. The Treaty of Purandar was then signed in 1665. Okay. After the treaty was signed, Jai Singh suggested to Shivaji that he should go to Agra and see the emperor. He also guaranteed Shivaji's safe return. Now, you seen that he had signed a treaty with the Mughals, but then Jai Singh said, we will also guarantee a safe return. Shivaji thought over the suggestion. So Shivaji Maharaj was thinking about it. He knew that the emperor could not be trusted. Shivaji Maharaj knew that he wanted to send him to Agra, but he could not trust them fully. He had proved treacherous to his own brothers. But in the end, Shivaji decided to take the risk and face the situation as cautiously as he could. So we had seen previously also, Shivaji Maharaj he had always decided to take any risk, whether to fight with the enemies. He had that capability to take risk. He informed Jai Singh that he was willing to go to Agra to meet the emperor. So Shivaji Maharaj had decided that he will go to Agra to meet the emperor. So here we end with this chapter. Your homework is, the first question is, Dash was in charge of the fort Purandar. Second, Dash was a great center of trade in the Mughal Empire. And the third, why did Shivaji carried out a raid on Surat? That's all. We end your chapter over here. We will learn the next chapter in the next video. Thank you for listening, children. Goodbye. Take care.